considering what happened last night, I feel it best appropriate to talk about this again. When it comes to the NFL draft, yeah, I know sometimes, it can be sort of difficult to think, who your team is going to pick in the draft. And, yeah, sometimes, you may not get the person you wanted. But in the end, I think we can all agree that we still want, these young gentlemen to succeed. I mean, this is essentially their dream, what they want to do. And they're finally going to be able to do it. So, in the end, all is good in the draft. Whether or not your team picks the guy you want or not. With that being said, how about them Cowboys? Woo! Yes, I had to get that out of the way, and that meant intro for Instagram. Good morning, happy Friday, everybody. Yes. So, before I get to my team, I think it's, I feel it's best to talk about what happened yesterday, because whether or not the draft happened, it was a pretty good day yesterday. For starters, surprise Hot Ones episode out of the blue, yes, and a quarantine special, thanks to the machine himself, Bert Kreischer, one of my favorite comedians. He is awesome. You know what? I think I'll put a link to his best joke in the description down below. Because, without question, this is probably one of the greatest comedic stories ever told. So, yeah, I'll have to put Bert Kreischer's, well, if you know what Bert Kreischer is, you know exactly what joke I'm referring to. If not, well, again, the link will be in the description down below. So, yeah, there's that. What else is there? Last night I visited my folks again, and my mom can be a little bit on the ditzy side sometimes, because, first of all, she said that we're going to be having something you never had before, and I immediately guessed what it was right away, because not only have I had it before, but it's something that she's only started making in the last several years. I don't really know what the name of this dish is called. It's supposed to be a chicken-related chili. Now, this isn't your typical chili, sort of red color, or maybe even green color if you're into, green chili. This chili is shredded chicken, tomatoes, corn, beans. Yeah, I know technically it's not chili, but this is not your typical kind of chili anyway. And it's thickened up with, believe it or not, cream cheese. Here's the thing. Up until recently, I would have told you, again, this is before I actually gave my mom's broccoli and Swiss cheese soup another chance. This was easily another dish I never really was looking forward to, because, I'll be honest, this is a very, very, very light chili. Especially at least for me anyway. To put things into perspective, I had nearly 2 full bowls and I was still hungry. I mean, it is a very healthy chili. Again, the tomatoes and the corn and the beans and stuff like that. So, and she used, shredded chicken breasts. So, as you would imagine, it was most likely boneless and skinless. So, really the only things that had calories in it were the cream cheese used to thicken it. And like any traditional chili, if you want to top yours with the cheese, cheddar, and sour cream, like I did, that definitely works as well. I mean, again, it's a good chili, but again, where's the beef? You know what I mean? She didn't really make a whole lot of it, I guess, is what I'm saying. I mean, yeah, it's good, and I'll have it again, absolutely. Because, again, it's a pretty decent chili. You would like it. But, let's get into the main topic of today, and that is the draft. Yes. So, for the first, again, I was like, sitting on my couch, like watching the draft, like, okay, what big trades are we have? For the first time in like years, there were no big trades in the first 10 picks. That was actually quite fascinating to watch. I didn't really know that. Let's see. Joe Burrow went number 1 overall, in spite of what a lot of people may have been saying. Because, here's the thing. Cincinnati wanted Joe Burrow to be number 1 overall. But I really don't know if Joe Burrow is going to immediately... Here's the thing. Again, of course I want these young gentlemen to succeed. We all do. But it's far too optimistic to say that one pick is immediately going to turn the tide around. Now, very rarely it does happen. Take my Dallas Cowboys, for instance. When Jerry Jones first bought the team, and I know I said the one who really probably shouldn't be named. Anyway, when he first bought the team, he had the luxury of having the number 1 overall pick in the draft, and he picked Troy Aikman. And literally Troy Aikman's first year, they went 1-15. So, again, to any Cincinnati Bengals fans out there, any fans of struggling franchises, good on you for getting the picks that you wanted. Way to go. But if you're really that convinced that it'll immediately turn the tide for you, and in terms of the franchise, you may be sadly mistaken. Again, you have some good. Baker Mayfield sort of did that for the Cleveland Browns. Kyler Murray, made the team's season a little bit better for the Arizona Cardinals last year. So, who knows? Maybe Joe Burrow can get something done. With that being said, some things that were bound to happen most definitely did. One specific thing being Chase Young being the runaway 2nd overall pick in the draft. Which, I am not going to lie, I am a little bit nervous because they were picked up by the Redskins. And now my Dallas Cowboys have to contend with that. But it's not all bad. The Eagles got to deal with that too. Had to throw it out there. You guys are probably wondering what that cheer I did earlier was. Well, here's the thing. Of the things that Dallas really wanted in this draft, what we needed were depth at linebacker, a pass rusher, and a secondary player, somewhere in the defensive backfield. If we could pick one of the top receivers in the draft, and here's the thing, this is quite possibly the deepest receiving draft ever in the history of the NFL. It's probably not even close. And I was actually watching Undisputed, and as I watched Undisputed, Skip Bayless and Shannon Sharp were debating if a top receiver is actually available, who should the Cowboys get? Now, Shannon Sharp thought it should be Jerry Jeudy, which we actually did almost get, by the way. I'll get to that momentarily. See, Shannon Sharp believes Jerry Jeudy because he actually can make that separation, happen as a, wide receiver. And he's actually a very, good route runner as well. So, there's that. Although it was quite interesting because I'm like, Jerry Jeudy's still there. We're getting to 13, 14. Oh man, we're actually gonna get Jerry Jeudy. How about that? And then pick number 15, the Denver Broncos get him. And then I'm like, oh, wait a minute. Skip Bayless wants CeeDee Lamb. We're getting CeeDee Lamb. Yes, we got CeeDee Lamb. We got CeeDee Lamb. And I actually learned a few things about CeeDee Lamb, actually. His real name is Sedarian. But his 4th grade football coach couldn't pronounce Sedarian, so I was like, hey, no, I'm just going to call you CD. Okay. that works. But to all my Dallas Cowboys fans, we got CeeDee Lamb. We got CeeDee Lamb. How about them Cowboys? Yes, we did. Oh. That may come back to haunt us if we want to pick someone decent in the draft in terms of defensive side of the ball. But you know what? We have been harping on maybe wanting to get one more receiver. I think we got him. And Skip Bayless was saying we should get CeeDee Lamb because he can actually last longer, produce longevity in terms of how long can he play. I mean, let's be honest. Of this receiving core, two things are guaranteed. One, not a single one of these guys is as good as Julio Jones. That goes without saying. The Atlanta Falcons clearly hit it big when they got Julio Jones. And they only really got Julio Jones because the Cleveland Browns really are terrible at doing Cleveland Browns things. So, oops. And the other thing is, well, actually, it's technically three things. They're not going to be as good as Julio Jones. They shouldn't have, the longevity of Larry Fitzgerald. But then again, Larry Fitzgerald is uncrushably the second coming of the GOAT, Jerry Rice. And with that being said, none of them are going to be Jerry Rice. So, if you really, as much as happy as I am that we got ourselves a wide receiver in the draft, I'm just saying it right now, he'll be great. I doubt he'll be as best case, the very, 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 very best case scenario. And I'm being very much optimistic on this. He's as good as Julio Jones. Outside of that, not really, much else. So, yeah. All in all, yesterday was a pretty surprisingly good day. Honestly, the only real problem I've ever really had with, things as of late is it's been very cold and damp lately. Very much so. Yesterday it took until 3, 4 o'clock in the afternoon for it to finally get warm. In a way, we're sort of winding down on, the month of April. So, there's that, I suppose. But, even on a nice day with everything going on, we still really can't do much. And, I'll be honest, it's a little bummy. Again, even with the draft going on, it had to be virtual. Roger Goodell had to do it from his basement. Roger Goodell's the NFL commissioner, for those of you who do not know. So, yeah. In spite of everything going on, and, I also have to pay note to one other thing as well. The opening that Peyton Manning did, good job. Peyton Manning always knows what to say. I will admit, I really always thought that Tom Brady was better than Peyton Manning, but Peyton Manning was good in other ways, and that opening speech last night was most definitely one of them. So, thank you, Peyton Manning. Joe Burrow wanting to give back to his home community, which is actually a rather, impoverished area. Is impoverished? Impoverished? Hold on. Let me look up. Impoverished area. Okay. Impoverished. Okay. I'm not going to lie. Because I literally just typed in the word. Even looking at the word, it sounds sort of difficult to say. Oh well. But the point is, Joe Burrow, that's why ultimately he wanted to go with the Cincinnati Bengals. He wanted to, wants an opportunity to live near his home community, give back to his home community, and you know what I have to say, that's not all bad. So, to those who were picked in the draft yesterday, congratulations. I hope may you have much success in the NFL. To people who still have yet to be picked in the other rounds of the draft this weekend, I hope you end up landing to where you want to go. To people watching the draft, I hope your team picks who they want. And, yeah, that's really all I have to say. Other than the fact that the Cowboys got CeeDee Lamb, so how about them Cowboys? Like, favorite, share, hit the subscribe button, follow me on social media. I'm very humble in this video for all of you guys watching. Joe Video. Hope you have a wonderful, wonderful Friday. And remember, guys, we're talking service with you to London. Always be back. Take care. Make good choices. We got CeeDee Lamb. How about them Cowboys? Woo! Bye.